Well, preparations are underway for Super Bowl 56, and an Ipsos polling conducted for Newsy takes a look at how Americans are really feeling about the big game this upcoming weekend.
That's right. Only 5% of people were more excited for this year's game compared to last year. So joining Morning Rush now to dig deeper into this poll is Mallory Newall, the Vice President of Ipsos. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So what exactly did the survey show about people not wanting the Super Bowl in person this year? Because it does seem like a potential super spreader event. Sometimes watching from home is easier and nicer and whatever. So, but where are we in terms of Super Bowl mindset and still kind of in the throes of this COVID crisis?
Well, that's a great question. And I think our data shows that for some, the Super Bowl is a little hope, a little optimism for some normalcy. We actually asked people, if they agree that in-person fans should be there or not. And we've asked this now for a couple years since the pandemic began. We found that fewer now think that there should not be in-person fans there. It's about a 20 percentage point drop from last year. So, you look at whether in-person fans should be allowed. You look at the excitement for the game. Slightly more are excited than last year. And also the focus on ads talking about the pandemic. There's less desire from that in our data. So again, I think it just shows that this is one way that Americans are kind of hoping for that return to normal.
Of the reason behind that is just, hey, I'm sick and tired of this, and I'm so the COVID fatigue that we talk about all the time. I'm sure that played a huge role. But speaking of the ads, they are a big part of games. I don't know. Do you watch the game for real?
Oh yeah, I watch football.
Yeah, I watch the game partially for the halftime show, but mostly for the ads. Sometimes sprinkle in a little bit of football, and I'm good, right? So, how are Americans feeling about the ads this year?
Well, you're not alone in that. Actually more than 1 in 3 Americans say that they're more excited for the ads than the Super Bowl itself. So, as always, this represents a big opportunity for brands and for advertisers.
Oh, yeah, that's money making right there.
Absolutely. Hey, look, hey, America, business is our business. It's what we do. So over the past 2 years, COVID has been a big part of the ads. Everything's kind of through the prism of COVID, and we're trying to relate on that level. So what's the expectation people have for this year? Will we again see a bunch of COVID-related ads one way or the other?
There's less expectation now that the ads should acknowledge the pandemic compared to last year. It's a pretty significant drop. Last year, close to 60% said, yeah, these ads should acknowledge our reality. Now it's just about 40%. Again, that's a significant shift. And actually, a majority of Americans now expect ads to focus on something else besides the pandemic. So again, whether that sense of fatigue, whether it's just a desire for normal, there is this subtle shift that the advertisements and what's surrounding the game should kind of focus on some other things.
So interesting. A lot of people looking to this as an escape. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah. And those numbers prove two things: that people do feel a little bit better, maybe where COVID is, and two, we're all just tired of it. Not that that's relevant to getting through it,
right?
But we're tired, and that's what it shows. And I assume, real quick, no poll on whether people root for the Rams or the Chiefs. You guys didn't get into the weeds of all that, right?
Well, I can tell you when we ask about who's excited, I did see a little bit of uptick among people in the West region,
Okay.
So maybe those Californians, host city, it's their home team. There's a little bit of excitement there.
That's fair. We'll give them that. Midwest versus West. We'll see how it goes. All right, Mallory Newall, Vice President of Ipsos. Thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.